Ready to fight? Last night we finally finished a lot of the structural pieces of the robot, not a lot of complicated stuff, just a lot of, you know. Chassis is done, drivetrain is done, everything got painted. The main base for the shooter slash intake slash gear picker, upper, presser, all that good stuff. All of that's painted, and over here we have a piece of the elevator which isn't visible. I don't know what that is. That's painted.
It's up there.
So now that when all that dries, we're gonna reassemble the drivetrain, reassemble the intake, and get back to work. I'm so prepared. Now that everything's been painted, we're reassembling it. So this is the drivetrain. As you can see, it's well, not square, but that's okay. We'll deal with it. Everything fits now though, which wasn't the case yesterday. So this will speed up the process a lot. It looked like we had nothing done yesterday, but we actually have a lot more than it looks like. Hey, we fixed it. Hell yeah.
Alright, so this is our newly painted intake. We got these two motors over here with these cute little bevel gears running towards these wheels. These arms are spring loaded using some elastic tubing so that whenever we approach the ball we can suck it in and the arms can kind of move out of the way and kind of grab the ball so that it's kind of snug in there. And we can actually, this will mount to our elevator and we can raise it up to each level of the rocket ship, and then we can just use these wheels to output the ball. We also have the ability, we will have some things that mount to this 1x1 right here and go a little bit further down to the ground, and it'll have Velcro on it so we can just kind of come over and lower our intake onto the hatch, and then we can raise it up. And for us to score it, we have this pneumatic piston in the center that we can raise it up, and then we're going to have some other pistons on these things that are going to be mounted off of here to push off the hatch. So should end up pretty good.
You should always get ahead of time because it will save you a lot more time if you do. And material and brain cells and everything. Sanity. The list just keeps going. Basically, we've squeezed the entire robot into 9 inches, which, as it turns out, is not fun. So we've been having lots of issues with integrating our all-in-one pickup slash deployer with the lift and chassis, which isn't too surprising considering we didn't put all the models into one assembly yet, which has happened since we've started this. We've now added a cutout to the chassis so that way our intake can go all the way to the ground. If we hadn't done this, we probably would have built a bad robot and have to redo most of it. So it's very good that we've caught this now and are spending the time to fix it. It definitely would have added like a full 2 days of tuning if we hadn't caught this now before we're completely done integrating. Even if you just have a separate geometry file, make sure that it stays all-inclusive for all of the subsystems, because we had an original geometry file that was okay, but the problem was that I had an all-inclusive geometry file, and then he had his own lift geometry, and we never integrated the two. So then again, it wasn't really all-inclusive. I'm basically losing my sanity.
Like, he's hysterical? No, minimize all.
Yeah, I think we're fine. Hey, we're fine. We don't need to move the distance.